chess, you have 65% chance of winning, 15% chance of losing. What's the probability of draws again? So what was that conversation we had earlier? Georgie?
So you do, I did 0.65 because you 65 things for.
Okay, you change them to the decimals.
And then 0.15, adding that then would equal 0.80. And then you do 0.80 minus 1.
Or secretly you say 1 subtract 0.8. Why did you do 1 subtract 0.8?
Because, to go again, so.
But why 1? Why not 16?
Because the probability always equals.
Good, the probability always adds up to 1. Yep.
And that equals 0.2.
0.2.
I did a
Awesome.
different one.
So that is your answer. Now, if you kept it as percentages, you would have said 65 plus 15 equals 80, and then 100% take away 80%.
Oh, that's what I did.
20%.
I was getting confused.
All right. So Georgie had changed them to decimals, but you could have kept them as percentages. Now, I gave people a half mark. Now, don't go shouting too much about it, because I don't know if other teachers gave half marks. I gave people a half mark to get to 80. Some people, in fact, 2 people told me that the rest of it would have been 40. I got a bit confused.
I thought it was half. Oh, I got 40%.
Oh, yes.
I got
So you thought it was half of it. Okay, but do we understand why now it would be 20? Because we know that the whole thing happening has to always add up to 1 or 100%. So if these 2 events total 80%, then anything else, because you in a game of chess you win, you lose, or you draw. Okay, so there's your 3 options. So if winning plus losing came to 80, then drawing must have been the rest. So that would have been 20%.
Oh, I got the right answer. But in this okay, I just knew that typically 1 for me, this one I always use is 100.
Yeah, that's what I said here. This is 100%.
And I just did that with that.
That's what you did. This stuff here done.
Sorry.
All right, expand the brackets as simplified as possible. Now, what's different about these ones compared to those other expanding ones, Abby?
Where are we questions?
Number 10. So what's different about these ones compared to the other expanding and
The first
simplifying?
one's foil.
The first one's FOIL. So when do we use FOIL, and what was the other method we used?
I used the grid method.
You used the grid method. Okay, so but when do we use that? When do we know to use that?
You know when to use it when you figured out that
Well, no. So my question to you is, why didn't we use the grid method or FOIL for these questions?
Because it said expand and simplify.
But this says expand and simplify.
Oh,
What's different about those other questions?
because this one has brackets.
The other one had brackets.
This one has letters.
The other one had letters.
And numbers.
The other one had numbers. Oh my gosh. The secret.
It's because there was a number in the front of the bracket.
So the other ones, there was a number in front of the brackets. And what's different about these ones? The
These
brackets.
have numbers in front.
They don't have numbers in front. And what's special about the brackets? They're right next to each other, aren't they? Yeah. So when we've got 2 brackets right next to each other, that's when we are looking to use either FOIL or the boxes or the grid method. Okay? So whichever method you use, you should have had the 4 terms of x squared, take away 4x, plus 2x, and take away 8. As I say, either method would have got you those values. Some of you forgot this here was a -4. Oh, birds. So some of you forgot it was a -4, so you lost marks because of the signs. Then we join our like terms. We usually end up joining the middle 2. So it would have been x squared, take away 2x, take away 8. This one here, is this a boxes or FOIL method?
Yes.
Yes, why?
Because it's to the power of 2, so.
Yep.
Okay, so what I did was since power of 2 is 0, I just wrote out 1x plus 7 in brackets next to another x7 in brackets.
Good, and that's what I asked you to always do, didn't I, girls? When you see that squared sign, just write the 2 brackets so you know in your head that that's what's happening. Then, Maya, what values did you get?
So for foil, I got x squared, 7x, positive 7x, positive 7x, and I got 14. I wasn't doing my math properly, but it's actually 49.
Good girl, 149. And then we join our 2 like terms, which are the middle 2. So it's x squared plus 14x plus 49. Alright? Awesome, yep. Alright, so the character picked a ball at random for a blank, 1 yellow, 13 red, 4 blue, and 4 green, 13 brown, 15 white. Well, loads of balls in here. Find the probability she picks a yellow ball. Go on then, Georgie.
1 over 50.
Why is it 1 over
50.
50?
Because 15 plus 13 plus 4 plus another 4 plus 13 plus 1 is 14.
Lovely, so you added all the number of balls, and that's where we got this, and why was it 1?
Because there's only 1 here.
Perfect. A ball that is not red, might be.
37,
I'm sorry, pardon?
37.
37 over 50, so our 50 stays, yes, because there's still 50 balls. Why 37?
Because if you add all the ones except for the red, then you can keep it in
Good. And would there have been a slightly sneaky, fast way of doing that? If you knew that there were 50 balls in total?
Yeah, could have subtracted 50 by the red ball.
Yes, or equally 50 subtract the number of red balls. Yes, said just slightly differently. So we would do 50 take away 13, which gave us 37. And neither a blue nor a green. Abby?
42 out of 50 because there is 4 green balls and 4 blue balls, which is 8. So 8 take away 50.
Equally 50 take away 8. Yep. Awesome. You may have added up all the other ones. No matter how you did it, that was bad. Right. Sarah, Maria, Dave, and Kate are sitting in Miss Kelly's ivy classroom during lunch break. Mrs. Kelly wants 2 of these students to tidy a cupboard. Write down all 6 possible combinations of the 2 students. So we've got Sarah, Maria, David, and Kate. So I don't mind how you did it. You could have just used their first letters. So we could have had Sarah and Maria. We could have Sarah and David. We could have had Sarah and Kate.
Maria and Kate.
We could have had Maria and David. We could have had Maria and Kate. And we could have had David and Kate. And that was our 6 possible combinations. Yes, I know you did, darling. I know, sweetheart. So what's the probability of choosing 2 girls? So we're looking at these options. How many possible combinations were there? It even tells you. Jay? No, sorry. How many were there in total possible?
There's 6.
There were 6. So that's going to be our denominator.
And there's 3.
And there are 3 of them that are both girls. So we've got Sarah, Maria girls, Sarah and Kate,
and
Maria and Kate. Okay, so they're the ones that are 2 girls. So that's 3 out of 6.
And if you send me Friday on
Yeah. All right. Alright, so we're now in the extension part. We're sticking in the values just the same. So I expect you to see 5 squared, take away 3, bracket 3 over 4. Chuck that in your calculator.
There's 4.
Gives you maths and what to answer. 4. I don't remember who it is, and I don't want you to admit it, but someone wrote this and didn't tell me what the value was, you nanas. Thanks. So, next one, again, show the values. So, a squared, that's 3 squared, subtract 3, bracket negative 4. Remember, this is multiplying. If you put it in the calculator would have known that. And that's over 7. Oh, we don't need to write down that. And what's the value of that one, Sarah? 3. I'm believing you all, I haven't even checked. And again, here, so negative 4, bracket squared, subtract 3, bracket 8, over negative 2. Should have given us, anyone? 4. Okay, lovely job. Frequency, so female musician, how many students were polled? 50. So how do we know how many like Taylor Swift? What do we have to do? Abby?
you add 20, 13, 7, and 6, and that gives you, I forget what it was, I think it was,
56.
yeah,
Oh, 46.
yeah, 46, and then and then you can use your calculator, you can do it by yourself. That's 4 left over.
Good
That's
go.
4.
That totals 50.
That's
And then the relative frequency, some people forgot what this meant. And it wasn't a trick question, it just literally was talking about if this was our frequency, our relative frequency is this value divided by what?
50.
50, good. So you could have just left it as that.
I thought it was a trick question.
No, I would have put trick questions in, sweetheart.
Just take 20.
And then our total is always going to be 1 or 50 out of 50. Okay, if you just put 20, that's not a fraction, it's not a relative frequency, it's just copying what's in the column before. Okay? If you change them to decimals, that's also fine, but you could have left them like that. Work out the probability a student's favourite female musician is Nicki Minaj. So what's the probability that it's the boy than Nick Minaj? Yes, fine. 13 out of 50. I know that's what not Taylor Swift, so not Taylor Swift, Georgie. 46 out of 50. Alright. Suppose that 200 students were polled, how many would you expect to choose Beyonce, Jay?
80.
And how did you do that?
So I did 200 divided by 50, and that gave me 4. And then I did 20 times 4, and that gave me
Okay, so that's one way of doing it. So
8.
Jay recognised that there was 200 people. If they polled 50 people, then that's 4 times the number of people. So she did 4 multiplied by 20. And what was the way that I taught you about expected value, Georgie? Yes, so you take the probability of Beyonce and you multiply that by 200. So if you stick that in your calc, you also get 80. Either method, totally fine. Alright, last one. As I said to you just before the lesson started, you're not always going to have done a question just like this, but you have the skills in your repertoire to be able to answer that. It's a rectangle, it's not a tricky shape. We know that the perimeter means that all the sides added together. So if they've labelled this as x plus 2, and this other one would also be x plus 2, yes? If this is 2x minus 4, this is also 2x minus 4. We want an expression for the perimeter and area. So expressions are algebraic writing that describes something. So how would we describe the perimeter? Well, we'd add up all of these 4 things, wouldn't we? So it would be x plus 2 plus 2x minus 4 plus x plus 2 plus 2x minus 4. Okay, that's the perimeter. That looks super complicated. So what are we going to do then? Right? Okay, what's another way? What do you mean add them up? Collect like terms. That's a perfect explanation. So we see what's like. So we've got x, 2x, x, 2x. So in total there are 6 x's. And then we've got 2, take away 4, plus 2, take away 4, which is, what is it? Negative 4. Totally is, yes. So that is our answer for the perimeter. What do we think we're going to do about the area? Ooh, hands shot up and then went back down again. Sarah?
We're going to do x plus 2 times 2x equals 4.
Good girl. Why have I put them both in brackets? Fine. That way we can do FOIL. And we're keeping our 2 expressions together. So we would then use FOIL. So it's 2x squared, take away 4x plus 4x, take away 8. And we would join our like terms. So that's 2x squared subtract 8. And that's our final answer. So as I said, you're not necessarily going to have done a question exactly like that, but you are able to do that because we've taught you how to join like terms and to expand 2 brackets. Do you all appreciate how that was a little bit extension, but you could have done, you can have a go at it.
Can we get some more questions?
The the tricky thing is, Sarah, in an exam the external exam, we never know what kinds of things are going to come up. So yes, I can see if I can find some more ones similar to that. We did have some in the worksheets that we had, but perhaps you didn't focus on those as much. In fact, I didn't focus on them as much.
Because I was very
Want to stick